Hey everyone, today is going to be a good one. I'm talking about my mid-year favorites for skincare, hair care, and body care, as well as fragrance. I recently posted my mid-year makeup favorites, so I will link that below, as well as everything I'm going to talk about today. For the purposes of brevity, I wanted to focus on products that were released this year or were new to me this year. Otherwise, the list would just be way too long. I realize it's early August, so we're past the midway point, but these are really what stuck out to me in the first half of 2022. So I'm actually gonna start with fragrance. I usually leave fragrance for last, but I thought we would mix it up a little bit today. So the first fragrance is one that I haven't discussed on the channel yet, and it is Fleur Missing Person. If you like Glossy AU, if you like that sort of skin musk, slightly woodsy, fresh, clean sort of scent, that really close to the skin sort of scent, this is for you. It has notes of musk as well as bergamot and blonde woods, I think. And you know, this is not a super strong fragrance, nor do I find it to be super long lasting. For me, I don't really mind that because I like a fragrance that kind of settles into the skin or sits close to the skin. And if you want to add something in the evening, you can do that because this is not the longest lasting. However, I love this for something that just kind of feels a little bit sexy. It's a little understated. There's something kind of cozy to it. There is that woodsy element, but it's also not heavy. There's a lightness to it from the bergamot, and even I want to say like a touch of powderiness. Not like a baby powderiness, but almost like a slight floral powder that fades throughout the day. But if you like woods, if you like musky scents like me, I think you'll definitely like this one. If you do like a little bit more intensity, you might want to check this out. So Nonfiction Gentle Night is a perfume that I picked up while I was in Seoul. It's a Korean fragrance house, and Gentle Night is so beautiful. If you like a sandalwood, if you like a Santal 33, if you like Maison Louis Marie No. 4, you will like this. This has notes of suede, green tea, fig, moss, and cedarwood. It is wood forward. There is that creaminess from the fig, but I do think the sandalwood is definitely the strongest note in here, as well as the cedarwood. I wouldn't say this veers into a masculine scent, but it definitely is that unisex kind of scent, and it definitely reminds me of, you know, the classic sandalwood scents that everyone loves, but it has that bit of creaminess from the fig. And that leads me to Diptyque Velocicose, which I mentioned recently. I've been wearing it non-stop since I got it. This embodies the entire fig tree, the sweetness of the fruit, as well as the woodiness and the kind of earthiness of the fig tree. And so it starts out with a stronger wood scent, and then it fades into a creamier, milkier sort of fragrance that kind of blends into the skin for a beautiful natural musk. Between these two, I think Gentle Night is a little bit sweeter and not quite as deep on the opening note, and I find it to be more sandalwood forward, whereas Velocicose is a little bit deeper, especially in the opening, and this is the Eau de Parfum, so it's also a little bit deeper and richer and more saturated than the Eau de Toilette. So to me, there's this like depth and body to Velocicose that is not in Gentle Night. Gentle Night is a little bit lighter, more refreshing. It reminds me of like drifting into sleep. So it's not quite as intense. Even though they have a lot of similar notes, in my mind, they're actually very different fragrances. But obviously, you know, I have a type when it comes to scent. I like musk, I like woods, I like something a little bit lived in and sexy. That's it for fragrance. Let's talk about hair. And I actually want to talk about a hair tool that I just used this morning. So this is the T3 Air Brush. This is their blow dry brush, which I used to kind of style the the front pieces of my hair as well as the ends of my hair after it was about 50% dry. So this comes with 2 attachments. There's the round brush attachment as well as the paddle attachment. So I use the round brush attachment when I want more volume, if I want to style the ends of my hair and give my hair a little bit of movement. And then if I'm just looking for a straight hair kind of sleek style, then I go for the paddle brush. But you know, I love T3 tools. I think they're incredible in terms of quality as well as the styling ability that they create, and they just don't damage the hair compared to other tools I've tried. I know they're top of the line, but I have had many tools for many years. They don't burn out. They have all performed consistently over the years, and this is no exception. So this one has 3 strength settings in terms of the blow dry strength, 5 different heat settings, as well as like a shine setting. I think it's called their like ion something technology shine setting. I just leave it on because I'm like, I want shiny hair, sure. But basically, of all of the blow dry brushes that I've used, I find this to be the easiest to use because it's so lightweight. I realize that, you know, it looks quite large, but actually this is hollow. So it's mostly plastic, and therefore it's easy to maneuver around the head. It's easy to hold up and style your hair, and it doesn't make my arms tired. I've had other blow dry brushes that are either too heavy or they get too hot. The heat isn't adjustable enough. And this has so many different settings that it just makes it easy to customize to my particular hair type. There's also a cool blast button here where the power button is right there. So I just think it's really elegantly designed. That's something T3 does so well. I have the white and rose gold. And you could also just unlock the attachment to twist off. And if I were traveling and I didn't want to bring a blow dryer or a hairstyling tool, I just wanted to bring one thing, I would bring this because you can actually just blow dry like straight up without the attachment, and then you can add the attachment and then style once your hair is like 50% dry. So I just think it's a really versatile tool, and they've done the airbrush very well. I have also used the Dyson blow dry attachment and the paddle attachment as well. I borrowed my sister-in-law's actually recently, and it was great. I loved it. I mean, obviously it's Dyson. I know it's gonna be amazing, but if you're not willing to make that jump and you specifically want the blow dry styling option, I think this is a great tool. Plus, there are many of us who are not great with a round brush and blow dryer, those 2 different tools that, you know, stylists are so great at, but the everyday person might not be great at, and this is just an all-in-one like built-in option. I just mentioned the Ceremonia guava line in my empties video, so I won't spend too long here, but I have been loving all of their guava products. It just smells so fruity. It smells like the real fruit. So this is their Guava Rescue Spray, which is a UV and heat protective detangler. I use it when my hair is wet out of the shower to brush through and detangle, but you can also use it as a heat protectant. I also love their leave-in cream, their styling cream, to hydrate the ends of my hair before I style. And there are a few other items in the Guava line that I haven't tried yet, but I've just loved everything I've tried from Ceremonia, and I'm really impressed. They're at Sephora now, which is really exciting, and I think everyone needs to go smell the guava line. For body care, I have a couple of things. So this is the True Botanicals Nature Bathing Forest Bath Soak. So this is a powder. You pour 2 scoops into the bath, and it turns the bath this like beautiful aqua green color. It truly smells like you're in a giant evergreen forest. It smells like eucalyptus. It smells super clean and fresh. It doesn't bubble up, but it adds almost this like moisturizing, milky quality to the water so that your skin is being moisturized while you take a bath. It's not oily, but it does help you feel like you don't necessarily need to add a moisturizer after you get out of the bath. I mean, I always do because I like it, but if you want just a bit of hydration while you're soaking in the tub and you want that beautiful foresty scent to fill up the room, you will love this. Then I won't spend too long on soft services because I just talked about them in my empties video as well. But I've been loving everything I've tried from them, specifically their clearing mist, which is great for body breakouts, and then their speed soak, which is a beautiful, very hydrating gel moisturizer. And if you don't like body lotion, but you need hydration, try this one because it's like a super quick absorbing gel cream. There's no fragrance. It just like soaks into your skin and your skin feels hydrated. And I've also loved their Carrier cream, which is their thicker lotion. It's rich, but it's not heavy. It is deeply moisturizing. So those three have all been impressing me, but honestly, I have a few more things to try from Soft Services and I can't wait to do it because I'm so impressed by everything they've done so far. That's it for body. I'm gonna keep it brief because I just talked about a ton of body care recently, but let's get into skincare, starting with cleansers. Shockingly, I don't have a first cleanser to talk about. I don't know why, that's so weird, but I think it's just because I've been using a lot of my old favorites. I've been using this Sahajan cleansing oil. I've been using my usual cleansing balms. So I haven't tried a ton of new first cleansers this year yet. But for first cleansers, I have one that I've just been loving. It's so luscious and beautiful. I've spoken about it before. It's the Dr. Loretta Gentle Hydrating Cleanser with Marine Peptides. So this is a gel cleanser, but it is one of the most hydrating gel cleansers I've ever tried. It has this cushiness that lets you really work the formula into the skin, and it hydrates the skin. It doesn't just slide around or slide off your face the way that some gel cleansers can do. It also has this beautiful light scent. I think it's chamomile, and there's also a little bit of like ginger extract in the formula. It's not floral, it just has this like beautiful fresh quality to it. And it's not added fragrance either. I think it's just from the plant extracts that are in this formula. But it's just a gorgeous formula. It's also huge. This bottle is 6.7 ounces. I think this is $35, but I do have a 15% off discount code with Dr. Loretta. I think it's Becca15. So I'll link that below with everything else in the description box. But again, just a stunning, beautiful cleanser. And I would even say it's a gel cleanser that I think dry skin types will love because it has that hydrating, cushy quality to it. Honorary mention for the Klur Gentle Matter Cleanser. This is also a gel cleanser that I think is a little bit more cleansing. Not squeaky clean, but like a little bit more of a deeper cleanse than the Dr. Loretta one. They're, I mean, both stunning. I just think if you have like maybe normal to oily skin, you might like this one a little bit more than the Dr. Loretta one, but they're both really beautiful. This has a stunning gel texture, and I've been really impressed by everything I've tried from Klur. For toners and mists, I have to start with the Peach and Lily Glass Skin Veil Mist Hydrate and Glow. This has antioxidants, lotus extract, and cucumber. It's a very lightweight mist. It's not emollient, it's not heavy. And you know, I actually don't know if I love the formula more or the mister more because this creates the most elegant, super fine mist. Just listen, and maybe you can see. You know what I mean? Oh, it's so good. It's like a continuous, beautiful mist. So I love the formula. I use this as skincare, but I actually love this when I'm prepping for makeup or over makeup even, because it is so fine that I know it won't disturb my base makeup. It's just a gorgeous formula. I think if you are looking for a mist to incorporate, this is a great one. If you're super dry, it might not be enough for you. You might want more of a cream mist, that sort of thing, but I think most people would really enjoy this. Continuing with hydrators, the Holy Frog Utopia Microflora Toner has been a favorite, and I have mentioned this recently as well. So this contains hypochlorous acid, and it comes out as this super fluid, milky texture. So there's like a milkiness to the formula. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see that, but this sinks in instantly. It's very watery, super fluid. And I find that it's really calming on the skin. It's really hydrating. My skin just like drinks it up instantly. It's light enough that I can use it in the morning as well as in the evening, but it just makes a great hydrating layer under serums, under moisturizers, if I just need that watery layer to prep the skin. And it also doesn't contain any fragrance. It's great for sensitive skin. This is something that I think everyone will love. Let's talk about serums. So this year, I recently started testing the SkinCeuticals Silymarin CF Vitamin C. So this contains 0.5% silymarin, 15% L-ascorbic acid, and 0.5% ferulic acid. So this is 0.5% salicylic acid. And if you have acne-prone, combo, oily skin, easily congested skin, especially in the summer when we're wearing SPF, we're sweating, I think this would be great for you because that low dose of salicylic acid is really going to help control oils, control congestion, keep oiliness at bay without drying out your skin. So typically in acne treatment products, you see 2% salicylic acid. This is 0.5%. So that little bit of low dose along with your vitamin C, your L-ascorbic acid, is a really great AM combo. And of course it's SkinCeuticals who have pioneered vitamin C, especially L-ascorbic acid, which is the most potent form of vitamin C, so you know you're getting a top-notch formula. Then I have to mention the Dew Skin Deliverance Serum. I know I've gone on and on and on and on and on about it, but it contains CBD as well as niacinamide. It's milky, it's hydrating, it sinks in, it soothes the skin, it takes down any redness. It's just kind of like my do-it-all sort of serum. And it's great for sensitive skins as well because it doesn't contain fragrance, it doesn't contain actives. As long as you can tolerate niacinamide, it is the perfect all-rounder serum. And I think so many different people love it and have loved it and have tried it because of my recommendation, and I get messages all the time about it. I also do have a 20% off discount code. It's Becca20 on the Dew Skin website. Here is something that is extremely bougie that I love, and I didn't think I would find myself here, and yet here I am. So this is the Vintner's Daughter Active Botanical Serum. It is beautiful. So if you're not familiar with Vintner's Daughter, it is small batch skincare that is created in Napa. They use a lot of botanical extracts and oils that they like farm themselves. They source locally. It's all organic. And it is kind of this oil serum hybrid. It's actually a very unique texture. I can layer this on as my serum step, but I can also use this over moisturizer. So it has that beautiful amber color, and there are oils in here. So for me, this is something I like to use in the evening as a really indulgent step. I mean, it smells incredible. It has that like floral, botanical scent, and it's 100% an indulgence. This is not the kind of thing that I'm like, everyone needs to have this, but I get why people love it and I love it as well. I'm hesitant to recommend it because I realize it is incredibly expensive. That's why I'm not saying you need to go get it. But if you like to indulge in skincare, if the budget is there for you, then this is a stunning product to try. And I have found that when I use this in the evenings, I wake up with really bouncy skin. I'm someone that is very hesitant about oils because some of them can be too heavy for my skin type, but because this is that oil serum hybrid, it sinks into the skin and it doesn't feel too heavy, it doesn't feel too emollient, and it doesn't feel like it's just like sitting on top of my skin. So texturally, formula-wise, ingredient-wise, it's just really lovely. If you are sensitive to botanicals, however, this may not be for you, or if you have really sensitive skin, you can't handle essential oils, that sort of thing. For me, I like that because I like the sensorial experience of skincare, but just something to note about the formula. I have one that the dry skin types will definitely love, but I also love. So this is the Dr. Loretta Intense Replenishing Serum, and I've spoken about this before. It's such a unique texture. So it comes in this beautiful glass bottle, and then it's like this rich gel. and it adds the most protective, hydrating layer if you mix it in with a hydrating serum, if you use it on its own, if you use it under moisturizer. And the first time I received this, I didn't think it would work for me. I thought it would get greasy and oily because it does have this like thick quality to it, but it somehow sinks into the skin. It creates this like, it feels at first emollient, like an emollient barrier, but then it just sinks into the skin and it creates this like protective layer under your skincare, under your makeup. And I don't know exactly how it works or why it works because there's nothing else I can compare it to. In the mornings, I like to take a drop of this into a hydrating serum to add a little bit of like oomph and body to the formula. Or in the evenings, I will go in with a few drops of this. But if you have barrier issues, if you have like eczema, if you have irritation, if you have especially dry skin, if your skin is feeling wind chapped, I think this would be a great lipid-rich layer to add into your routine, because a lot of times skin that is having barrier function issues needs that extra bit of lipids to help boost the skin barrier. But honestly, I think most skin types would love this, except maybe the most oily. You might not need this, but even for me with combo skin, I just love having this, and it's a very like functional serum to have around. For eye creams, I've mentioned this many times as well. The Charlotte Tilbury Magic Eye Rescue is beautiful. It's refillable, it comes in a glass jar, and it has a touch of retinol for anti-aging. It is a rather emollient formula, but I actually find that it sinks into my skin really quickly, and it is a retinoid eye cream that's designed for the eye area. So it's designed to be gentle for that thinner skin in the eye area. Let's talk about moisturizers. My newest favorite is the Youth to the People Polypeptide Future Cream. And this is a really interesting texture. So here's what it looks like. It comes in this beautiful glass jar, and it looks like it's going to be like thick and rich. It is definitely that kind of buttery texture, but then it like melts down as you work it into the skin, and it creates the most bouncy, beautiful, moisturized, soft skin. As the name suggests, it does contain peptides which help with anti-aging, as well as ceramides, which you know I love. Your skin needs ceramides to create a robust skin barrier, and it just sinks in so nicely. And even though this is kind of touted as their anti-aging cream, there's no actual like retinoids in it or anything. It's not an active cream, and therefore I think every skin type will actually love this. It has that beautiful like bounce to it. It creates that beautiful bouncy skin that I think everyone needs. So even though people might think, oh, this is a really heavy cream or a rich cream, it's not. And it melts down into the most beautiful, nourishing formula. On the lighter end, I don't have this with me, but I've talked about this before. It's the Summer Fridays Dream Oasis Serum. So this is a gel cream serum that contains, you guessed it, it contains ceramides. And even though it's described as a serum, I actually used it as a gel moisturizer earlier this summer. It's great for humid weather. You can use it as a serum underneath something richer if you need that. And this, as well as the Summer Fridays Dream Oasis, are fragrance-free. They're great for sensitive skin, anyone who just needs a bit of a boost with your skin barrier. Another moisturizer I've been loving is the In Beauty Project 10+10 Moisturizer. This also contains peptides, 10% vitamin C complex, as well as ceramides, and I've loved this as a daytime moisturizer. So it looks like a rich cream. It comes in this tub, but it actually sinks into the skin really nicely and creates a beautiful, like silky finish, especially before makeup. It's not too rich, it's not too heavy, and I think it's a great formula. And it also is fragrance-free as well, so a lot of skin types will love this. On the richer end, I have the Dew Skin Instant Angel Lipid Rich Moisturizer. So this contains ceramides. Can you sense a theme here? It comes in this beautiful like aluminum tube, and you know, even though this is definitely on the richer side, it's not too heavy even for my combo skin type. So let me show you. Comes out like this. You can see it's a bit of a stiffer formula. I really like this as a night cream. It just creates the most protective barrier over your skin. And especially if I'm using actives, if I'm exfoliating, if I'm using retinoids, this is a great layer to have to kind of coat over your skin. I just slather it on at the end of the day, and it's fragrance free as well. It's beautifully formulated. So yeah, those are all the moisturizers I've been loving. Obviously there's a theme here. I did not think about that when I was picking the moisturizers, but I guess there is like a common denominator that I look for in moisturizers that I like, and that is ceramides. And then let's round it out with SPFs. Of course I had to mention the Beauty of Chosun Relief Sun Rice Plus Probiotics SPF 50 PA4 Pluses. This embodies everything I love about Korean SPFs. It has high broad spectrum coverage. It includes all advanced chemical filters that are beautifully elegant and sheer on the skin. It sinks in beautifully. It's a hydrating, lightweight cream consistency. I'm like down to the very end of the tube, so I'm gonna see if I can squeeze some out. This is what it looks like. Very elegant formula. And I pick mine up on Yes Style or Stylovana. Look at that beautiful finish. It's also really well priced on those websites. I think it's like $10 to $13, and a lot of times they have deals and discounts on this SPF because it's become so popular. So I will link that below. My other SPF is going to surprise you. And it surprised me too because it's a mineral SPF. But I finally found one that I love and that I get, not only that I tolerate, but I get excited to use. This is the Summer Fridays Shade Drops Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Mineral Milk Sunscreen. This is such a beautiful texture. So it's very fluid. You can hear it has this like almost serum-y consistency, and it is fragrance free. It comes out as, that like milky, serum-y consistency, but it just spreads over the skin and sinks in so nicely. And, you know, I won't ever say that a mineral SPF leaves no white cast, because I think that's just the nature of mineral SPFs, and I wish mineral SPFs would stop making the claim that it's universal or that it works on every skin tone. However, I do think it's among the most minimal white cast of the mineral SPFs I've tried, and it's so cosmetically elegant. That serum texture just sinks into the skin right away, and it leaves a beautiful like silky finish under makeup. It doesn't pill, it doesn't do anything weird, it doesn't get oily the way that some mineral sunscreens do throughout the day. So this is the first mineral sunscreen that I feel like is so close to perfect, and it's something that I actually enjoy using. It also contains antioxidants, soothing chamomile. As someone with pigmentation, people say, dermatologists say that physical filters can be the best for preventing your pigmentation from getting worse. So I have felt the need to have a good mineral SPF in my rotation, and this has been the one. My only wish is that it were SPF 50. I feel like there are so many mineral SPF 30s, but not a lot of 50s. I get that it's probably harder to make it cosmetically elegant, so that's why. But this is also easy to reapply, so I really can't complain. It's a beautiful mineral SPF, and I never thought I'd be saying that. Oh, and the last thing I wanted to mention is the Hero Cosmetics Mighty Patch. I've talked about this a few times. It's just the stickiest acne patch that I've tried. It's replaced my COSRX ones, and it actually like sticks over skincare. It sucks all the gunk out. It's just the best acne patch, and I do have a discount code with them as well. It's Becca15. So that is everything from me, my favorite skincare, body care, hair care, and fragrance of 2022 so far. It has been a really good year for skincare. I didn't have a ton of stuff. I feel like normally my videos can be super encyclopedic, but I do feel like there were some really good releases, and overall I've been impressed throughout the year. I have a few things I'm testing now that I'm super excited to share with you, and I feel like the second half of this year is going to be great too. So we'll have to see what the best of 2022 looks like at the end of this year, but I think this is a great reference point just to see what really sticks around through the year and what continues to impress me. So that's everything for me today. I will also link my best makeup of 2022 in the description box below with everything I've spoken about. If there's any skincare that you would like me to test, any product you'd like me to test, please let me know in the comments. You can always tag me on Instagram. I'm always curious to hear what you guys are actually interested in. So thank you for spending part of your day with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.